Hello, everyone. Good morning. I am going to, I have to find out what my little connection is here. Whoa, what was that? Uh-oh. Hmm. I'm not sure what that was. Cancel. Woo. All right. I'm trying to find out how in the world that and there it is, invite guest. the, my guest, I got to get this. John's going to be joining us today. So, I got to get on here and get him notified. So I gotta compose an email. Today's connection code. For a lack of not knowing the rest, the right words. Okay. We are back. Okay. Good morning, Colleen. Good morning, Auntie. Good morning, Dreamweaver. Good morning, Lisa. Mom's probably busy. Outside, I know it's going to be a hot day here in Wisconsin. I think 84 degrees or something like that. It feels like it's getting warm already. I already got the air on. What's the temperature in your neck of the woods? Am I supposed to have sound now? Do you have sound? Does everybody have sound? I should say, does Colleen have sound? Got interesting numbers on the back of your name now, Colleen. That's weird. Yeah, I hear you. There's Mama. All right. So yesterday we celebrated Dreamweaver's and Freya's birthday. It was nice. Um, Lots of food. I'm still feeling bloated. I had been on this awesome diet for the past month. I lost I don't know, 4 to 6 pounds. I put it all back on yesterday. But hopefully it'll just come right back off easily. I'm trying to do a cleanse, well, sort of. Just eating right for parasite rid. Oh my goodness. It was a long day. My body definitely got to work out. So here we are at the very end of August. And now it's getting hot. I have to look into the forecast more for the next couple weeks. Let's see the forecast. If I can see. I don't know. When does it actually cool down in Florida there, Mom? It says it's only 78 right now, but it's kind of got that a little bit of a humid feel to it at the moment. Actually, it says it's only going to get up to 81 today. That's good. So we got the 80s next week. Well, 80s for next week. Good, like 79 today is the last day for the pool here in Baraboo. And towards the second week of September, we start getting into the mid 70s. That's nice. Yay! All right. Loving it. And sent you a link. There is John. And tell him 10:30 he will come on. Gmail. He's typing up something. All right. So let's get started and see what's going on. So I asked Dreamweaver, what color do you feel today? He was saying purple. I was kind of feeling a little purple too. But then I looked on the calendar, and as always, every Sunday it's some sort of earth tone, whether it's brown, yellow, beige, gold. So his secondary color was gold. So this in yellow. This is what we are doing. We got our beautiful citrine here, big citrine ball. The elephants with feng shui and that sort of thing is friendship. And when you have placed an elephant in your home, you always have it facing in the door. So that means friendships are coming in. And then we have our honey calcite, orange calcite. It says it's orange calcite, but it could pass for both. Again, can't see it justice when it's blaring in the sun. And calcites are always good for health issues. And we have our August 30th, so people know when this is on. All right, so let's get started. What decks do I have here with me? I don't know, I just grabbed a bag of cards and like, you're up. I've played with the magical forest in a while. So we're going to use my deck to start. So we're going to use the Flower Oracle deck. All right, Spirit, you have sound now? Yay, all right. Mama says there's still 95 degrees or higher. Oh my God, I could not live there. I would not want to be trapped in my house and have the enormous electric bill. All right, Spirit, help me pick the proper card that best helps everyone in their path in life, especially, this one tried to jump out, for the week of August through the first week of September 2026. And also you can use this as a timeless video whenever you see this. This could be when you need these messages. So our oracle. Colors. All right, so now's the time that you can really manifest the energy that you would like to attract to yourself, or help to self-soothe or heal yourself by the colors that you wear. So your colors that you choose to wear also reflect the mood that you're in currently. And if you want to change that mood or that energy, change the color that you're wearing. It does attract other people with like-minded attitudes towards that energy, and also attracts universally that energy to you. So keep that in mind. A lot of people wear black, and a lot of times it's because they're depressed, and sometimes just because it makes them look thinner. So that would be the feeling of inadequacy, right? That you feel a little inadequate or self-aware. Self-aware in kind of that negative, that where you want to look thinner because you don't like the way you look. So really, if you really analyze every thought and feeling that goes with all this stuff, you'll find that out. It's very interesting. All right, so we're going to go over the color chart real quick. All right. I'll hold this differently. Colors are very important to our lives as they all contain energy which affects our mood, actions, and can feed us what our mind and body needs. The colors we wear can also affect others around us. If you are in need of a certain energy or mood for the day, consider wearing the color best for your using this quick cheat sheet. Just like if you want to attract money, maybe you're going to Ho Chunk, wear green. It attracts that. Doesn't mean you're always going to get it, because always what is in divine order for your existence, for your experience, also is important. Color best. Okay. White is for purity, feeling free and connected to the light. Black or brown is grounding, but also can indicate depression or suppression. Purple, spiritual, peaceful, meditative. Pink, love, happiness, playful. Blue, peaceful, quiet, and balanced. It all depends on what color blue too. So if it's like turquoise, that's me needing to maybe to speak your truth. Also could be you need healing through peacefulness. That quiet, that deep indigo blue could be like opening up your third eye. Orange is creativity, health, consciousness, circulation. Red could be anger or passion, depending on the color of red, creativity and sexuality. Green, health, prosperity. Yellow, happiness and warmth. Silver, protection. And gold is the highest energy of all. So that is just like a basic cheat sheet there for you. Hopefully that helps. You can take a screenshot of that, but it might already be too late. I don't know if you can zoom in. All right, so we're also going to do the Mystic Forest Oracle. We haven't done them in a while. I don't know if we did them last week. I don't think we did. Mystic Forest. All right, Spirit using the Mystic Forest. What? I'm jumping out. What energy do we need to know, especially for this week? The end of August to the very first week of September. Let me pick the proper card that helps everyone in their path in life. One jumped out immediately, so I'm taking both. This is the one that jumped out immediately. Miracles in the dark. And sometimes it's things that you can't see coming. Sometimes it's in the darkest when people are doing the shadow work that they get the biggest, greatest gift and the best utilization of their energy, because they get a chance to clear away the blocks that have been blocking their success, blocking the way that they think and feel about things, so that they can open up the doors to greater energy. So let's see. What does it say? In the darkest moments, it's easy to feel lost and alone. When you stay focused on the light, you'll receive blessings beyond your wildest dreams. So focus on the light, even when you're going through the crappiest of days. It really does. It helps to pull you out of that slump, and it helps you to stop putting out there what you really no longer desire to experience, because you have to shift the energy for that to happen. So we are doing some shifting and changing and using the colors to help you get by. Let's see what the other one is. One of a kind. Oh, look at that picture. It's so cool. You are one of a kind. One of a kind. All right, bring it closer. From the moment you emerged into this world, you've had extraordinary talents. You understand starlight, animal voices, and all things magical. So, the people that you see that are working towards the light, that aren't doing these evil things, because I don't even think they're human beings, honestly, because human beings couldn't do these things. We are here to support each other, to bring the light to the surface so that everyone can see and utilize it. It's time to use your magic and your gifts. If ever there was a time for you to come out of hiding, now is that time. So, what gifts do you have? They're very much needed upon the earth right now, and they're also very much needed in your own life right now. So, it's time to tap into the gifts. If you're wondering how you're going to get out of this situation, what wonderful things do you possess that maybe you've just taken for granted and you never realized can really, truly help you? And just because things may not have worked in the past does not mean they won't work now, because the energies are shifting, and spirit and many like aliens and people around the world are really trying to help us evolve and get out of this slump and this torture that we've been captured and shoved into. So please tap into your special gifts, because they are much needed right now to really help not just yourself, but others and the animals and the energy of the world, the courses that we are going through. All right, we got the soul cards today. Soul. What does everyone's soul really want to tell them today? What does the soul cards have to say? Help me pick the proper card that best helps everyone in their path in life. Combination of the soul, life's purpose. What is our common goal here? Oh my god. This goes hand in hand with the card that just came up, so I get to say it. Can't make this shit up. Do I know all of my strengths? And am I using them? One of a kind. Remember, you are one of a kind. And there's so many miracles if you can just clear out the clutter and trash in your head, body, and spirit, and your actions, and your words, and your deeds. Oh my. Do I know all my strengths? And am I using them? I don't think you do all know all of your strengths. They, more and more pop up every day. You don't even know you have them until you're challenged. And this is one reason why we are challenged, like on a damn daily basis, I'm telling you. All right, so we all have superpowers, one of a kind. I just love it. Sorry. Wow. But it's up to us to uncover them. When we live and lead with our strengths, we are able to show up in our zone of genius. This inspires others to do the same. Yes, it does. It helps other people to really look deep within, like, wow, they were able to do this from nothing. They just showed up here and they had nothing. And look at what happened because they had that faith and they didn't stop and they kept pushing forward. People think that about you, right? Anyway, ask yourself, how can I use one of my soul's gifts today to contribute to this open and ready world? So this is what you ask yourself. And you can make this a daily thing. Keep a journal. Today, this is the outlook I took. And today, A, B, and C happened. Today, I found the outlook for tomorrow because it led me in step by step through what I needed to learn and then gave me the hints of what I'm supposed to do tomorrow. So, you never really know what's going to come out. This is really an excellent card. I love this. Love it if you want to screenshot any of this. I highly recommend screenshots because that's the only way you're really going to probably remember all this. Who can remember all that, right? All right. So we're going to go ahead and pick a trinket for the day. And at this time, you are free to give those thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Matter of fact, let's see if I can find that cool little banner. I don't know. Maybe. Media assets. There it is. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are very grateful. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Please share these podcasts because it really helps other people who may really need this information. So many people, I couldn't believe the advertisement I seen on TV last night. Now, I only have the Roku, so I don't know what channel I was watching, whether it was Netflix or whatever, but a commercial came on that said, right now, you can do things to help secure your ability to like withstand depression and everything that's going on right now. And they gave you ideas of like keep your ammunition away from your gun so it'll take you more time to find it, that it's not such an easy access for people who might be depressed in your household to grab and shoot. Put things under lock and key, put the key somewhere else. Although, right now, the way our memories are, if you do that too far, you may never remember where your key is when you do need it, against people who might be invading your space. But it's interesting that they are priming up, they're gearing up for people to be in these deep depressions right now because so many crazy things are happening in the world. Don't forget, the adversary wants us to stay under their thumb. They want us to be upset and angry. But although at the same time, anger is a great motivator. It all depends on what you're doing with that anger. Are you like staying in a slump? Are you getting caught up and carried away where you can't stop watching it? So then that keeps you in that stasis. It keeps you in that place in your mind of worry, sadness, depression, anger. Yes, I see things, I get mad, I talk about them because I want people to be aware and then I let it go because I am not letting it go into control my whole day. But if we can fight back against an injustice, I mean, if we didn't fight back at all, this world would be a really insane place. They would just walk all over us. They wouldn't have to try. They just say, "You're going to do this today," and then it's done. We are not those people. We are sovereign beings that have control and should have control over ourselves. So remember that. This is your anchor. So, whoa, I want to show you, I want to tell you. Okay? We all need to anchor in. We all need to keep in touch with each other because if we ever need that little push of encouragement or maybe a different way to look at something so we can get out of a funk that maybe we don't know how to get out of, please, we need to keep in touch with each other. You need to keep that phone number on speed dial. You need to memorize that number because if something your phone smashes, you can't dial it or whatever. You know, if your phone goes dead and you're like, this is what happened to me when I went to Washington on the way home. I lost my pocketbook, my phone, everything. So I had to use somebody else's phone. But thank goodness, like my mother and my other friend never changed their number. Those were the only two phone numbers that I knew by heart because I lost my phone. We are so disabled from technology. It's not funny. So, I mean, even the friend that I just got finished staying with, I didn't know her number by heart. Without my phone, I didn't know her number. So I couldn't call her to tell her I was like stuck at the airport because I didn't have any ID or anything. It was an experience to remember, let me tell you. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot from that experience. So it's like being a mother. You try to teach your kid things, but they don't want to learn anything unless they experience it themselves. So I'm telling you, and hopefully you won't have to experience this yourself, but hey, it is totally up to you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a trinket. Trinket. We spirit, or whenever somebody needs to see this, of August 30th. I just pulled this last week. We got the magic 8 ball again. The magic is within you. Magic's within you. So, the webs we weave, what do you want to create for your life right now? That's where your focus needs to be. So stay focused on the goal. What is your goal? My goal is cleaning up my own energy, making my body a much better place so that if I do have to like bug out or something, I'm in better health. I just want to be in better health. I want to feel better. I want to be better. So I am better, right? So you're just trying and putting that foot forward and doing the work. It's almost like a mantra or a meditation. You are telling the universe and showing the universe what your intention is. So this way, now the energy is there to help you. But you have to make the move. You can't just talk about it. You have to start putting one foot forward, like, oh, okay, so she's ready now. Let's work with her now. You know, creation is a really huge thing for us in our lives. If we don't start the ball rolling, no one else is going to do it for you. And if they do, they're going to drop it anyway because people get tired of doing shit for you. I mean, it's the way it is. And if people keep doing things for you, everything for you, why are you even here? You're just riding the coast and you're not really putting any of your own energy into it. Like, all right, they think I should do this. And I guess, if they do it, it'll get done. You got to stop being the naysayer. You got to stop saying, no, I give up. It's too hard. Screw that. But yeah, life is hard. We were put here for that reason. No one ever says, don't worry. Well, actually, I've had people tell me that when I was in school, and I remember being really angry. Don't worry, life will get better once you get out of school. No, it won't. So now you're on your own. You got to make all this shit happen by yourself. Your miracles, your own creativity, your own brain, your own mind, your own feelings, your own diet. You're responsible for your food, your bills, your transportation. I mean, there's a lot. And people who aren't allowing their kids to do that, you're disabling them. What's going to happen when you die? You're not leaving a good legacy. You need to make people fall down. They get hurt. And that's the only way people learn. And that's really sad. Because we'd all love to be in happy pink roses and daisies jumping around. La, 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 la. Anybody remember Tiny Tim? Tiptoe through the tulips. Wow, am I showing my age again, right? So we've got to do it. We've got to be the doers. There is no doubt, no exceptions. I mean, yeah, there's people who are maybe crippled or disabled, but you know what? They can do more than you're giving them credit of what they can do. So make them do it. I know, we start out wanting to be the lovers and the givers and the helpers, but after a while, it gets old, you get worn out, and then what did you do? You taught this person that they need to depend on somebody instead of learning how to do at least something themselves. This is like really important because that's what we're all put here for, to learn. We have to learn how to do these things. We have to learn what sorrow and sadness is and pain and discomfort and disarray because that's how we learn how to fix it. But if people keep fixing it for us, we don't learn anything. But it is nice when people know that you are that go getter and a friendly hand reaches out to help pull you up out of that rough ocean. That is cool too because they know you know how to do it. You need a little help right now because you know what? You earned it because you're such an awesome person. And right now, they need to experience what it's like to help someone else. They need to be the earth angel. So, I'm sorry, there's a whole lot of talking with this. I obviously feel like somebody needs to hear this. So, it's really important. It's important that we allow the people to learn. You can say, I'll be there if you have any questions. I'll be here, but you do have to do this yourself. It doesn't mean you have to just drop them flat, but the doing needs to get done, or they're going to be forced to come back here again and do it. But somebody will let them learn. But nobody wants to come back here, by the way. I don't think anybody wants to come back here. Earth is a beautiful place, but unless all the shit storms cleaned up, I don't want to be back here. Anyway, okay, on to the next. The stone. I'm using the small bucket. Okay. All right, Spirit. What is the best stone? The best helps everyone in their path of life. What do people need to know or utilize or do right now? We pulled out a lapis. And I would first say this was sodalite with all that white in there, but there's a lot of silver in there. If you see silver and gold sparkles in your stone, that is lapis lazuli. Lapis helps you make intelligent choices. Also, in the breastplate of the chiefs and the kings, and helps them. It's like a royalty stone too. It does. They believe it's help for protection as well. So I'm going to let Google say a little more about lapis lazuli. Lapis is awesome stone. Okay. What are the metaphysical properties of lapis lazuli?
Lapis lazuli is a blue crystal linked to wisdom, truth, and spiritual growth. It activates the third eye chakra for intuition and the throat chakra for honest communication. It also offers mental clarity, protection, and helps with stress and anxiety.
Now we're going to go back to colors here for a moment because that was like so perfect. And this would be considered a borderline of that indigo blue, which would be that is of your third eye. So that does help to wake up your intuition and your God consciousness, connecting to your guides, guardians, and angels in the universe to get answers from wherever. So you're opening up to this energy so that you can be assisted as well. So lapis lazuli is a fabulous stone. It has always been a very, very good stone. And look, it matches the color of the card. I love it. So wearing lapis, carrying it with you. Rule of thumb, unless you're using it for healing, well, putting it, so that's why people say wear it. Like if you wear an independent or one of those pendant cages that you can change stones, You wear it, and like when it's hitting your thymus area, or at least 3 inches, above, below, around your area, your thymus immediately goes to work for you. It helps regulate how you feel. So if it is used for healing, it can help you that way too. But the reason why I said, well, unless it's for healing, like when you use green stones or selenite or organite and copper, you can place it on the affected areas if it's a healing somewhere on your body, not in your mental state. So then you can actually utilize the stones by placing it on the area. But other than that, if it's healing you as a whole, placing any stone and using it on your thymus area is a great help. All right, let's see. Okay, one more time before we go on to the pull of the day here. We're going to go ahead and let everybody pick a number from 1 through 20 so you get some free card pull today. And if you have a particular question, please ask the question with your number. And Mom says, I used to collect the stones to carry with me, but gets too heavy in pocket. But I had a special small stone bag to carry. And that's exactly it. Even if you're carrying it in your pocket, like Dreamweaver has a problem. When he sits down, his pockets will empty out, and he's lost some beautiful stones. But if you keep them in a bag in your pocket, some stones are really, really soft. So try to check out the hardness of your stones. Like look it up online, because they can tear each other up. So you can always use like maybe a little piece of toilet paper to wrap each one around and keep it in the bag. It'll still get through that as long as it's not a synthetic material. So trying to use more like a cotton bag or something, it will help to make it stay in your pocket because the material will hold on against the other material. So if you're concerned about that, and never keep your stones in with your change because change eats them up. It like, dings them up. So some hints about carrying your stones, especially when carrying your pocket. Problem I have is somebody I'd like to wear that maybe I don't have in a pendant. But again, most women's stretch pants, which is I love to wear, don't have pockets. There's very few that do. I mean, I think I have one pair of shorts that have a pocket in it. And then if you're carrying anything heavy, those pockets could weigh down. And next thing you know, your pants are around your knees. All right. Good morning, John, Barbara, and Donnelly. She's getting ready for John. All right. I've always wondered how to recharge stones themselves. Well, JWL Magic 123. Hey, good morning, Robert. I gotta go back and see who all's here. It's putting them in salt water, but you do have to check what kind of stone and what stones can actually handle that. Not all stones can be put in the water. I did write a book, and most people here own one of my books, and it's a spiritual protection guide from around the world, and it covers all the stones and what stones can and cannot be submerged in salt water or in water in general. Like selenite, you never needs cleansing. It never needs to do that. I mean, if you need to wash it real quick under the faucet and dry it immediately, it still tends to lose its luster from being polished. Selenite is a very, very soft stone and it will disintegrate in water. So, I mean, there's certain things you can't. You got to really be careful with malachite. You never want to drink an elixir made with malachite because it's toxic. I mean, there's so much information. It's all in that book. And from that, God's deities and angels from around the world, all based on protection, how you utilize them. All that stuff. Ever interested, let me know. I still have some books here on hand. And you can also order it on Amazon, called Spiritual Protection from Around the World, of course, by me. All right, so let's see. Did John come on? All right, so good morning, everyone. JLW Magic. I'm going to be on after Jade. Oh, that's you, John. All right, I'll be going on after Jade if anybody wants a free numerology reading. Interesting. You changed your name. I'll just need your birthday, full name, ideally your place of birth if you have it. I used to collect stones, carry with me. Okay. You can also, to clear your stones first before charging them, you could put them all, like I sell these selenite bars now, because selenite cleanses and clears everything. I tell people put them in your jewelry box. So you could place them in a box with all your stones, so maybe they're touching it or at least within the 3-inch radius of your selenite, and it will help to clear all your other stones. Citrine will also help to clear other stones, and so will shungite. So you can do that. And what else was I going to say? So that's a way to do it too. And if you're wanting to clear it real quick, you can go ahead and smudge it with your smudge stick, or do cleansing prayers over, or my high frequency spray that will clear your stones and recharge them. And then if you want to charge them up, you can put some other stones in there to help to amplify their energy, like quartz crystal, clear quartz crystal, and even black tourmalated quartz, because that helps to clear and charge. And rutilated quartz, it has the gold strings running through it, but any quartz helps give energy. All right, so that's a basic little thing on that. Could I send a link to the book you've wrote? I can look it up on Amazon. You can buy it from Amazon, or you can go to my website, which is down below here, thevioletsage.com or .co. They're both working. And my book is on my website to purchase as well. But maybe I'll look it up while we're on here to give you a link on Amazon. Let me just, and it's funny because I just shoved Amazon off. All right, and I will go ahead and pick, we're 10:37. Pick a number who gets a fast card reading here. So, you know what? I think I will do that now, and then I will, while John's doing his thing, I will post the link from Amazon for the book while John's talking. This way you guys can have it if you want to. All right. So maybe you're working on some people's stuff, John, while I'm doing this one quick reading here. So you'll know what to tell them. You'll be ready for them. If that's what you're doing today. We don't even know why John's on here. Oh, yes, John, he said that. He said, give it your birthday. Sorry, I missed it while I was talking because I'm not facing the computer while I'm doing my thing. Whew, that was a big circle. Okay, so we have 16, 17, 15. So we have 15, 16, 17, 6, and 19. Oh, wow, we got a lot of teens here. All right, Spirit, help me pick the proper number for the person who needs this reading today. What number will it be? That's number 2. That was the easier one to read. Let's see. Or is that 2? Yeah. It's 2, not 5. Number 2. Ooh. Mom, you are closest to number 2. I'm just going to look real quick to make sure nobody else put something down that I didn't see yet. Oh, wait. Colleen, 5. Did Colleen do 5? 5, 5, 5. Just go back and look. Make sure you didn't put one in first. Okay. Colleen. 5 for Colleen. Right, did you write a question? Yeah, okay. It's Colleen. Oh, that's right, Dreamweaver. I forgot you were born in Georgia. Georgia Peach. I was actually asking Deb to look for a peach pie when she was at Costco's. But oh my God, we had a blueberry custard pie yesterday. I adore custard. It was so good. And the blueberries are really good. Oh my. Okay. So we got Colleen. All right, Colleen. We haven't used Mystic Forest in a while. I'm going to do some Mystic Forest for you. All right, Spirit for Colleen Zietlow. What message does she need to know? Help me pull the proper card for Colleen, especially for this upcoming week here, or whatever she might be working on, or whatever might be bothering her. Please help to get the proper card that will best help her path healing. Wow. We're getting this message all over the place here. A new chapter. Did you get this last week? Or somebody? Maybe it was a message. So, a new chapter of your life is unfolding. When things seem to be falling apart, be aware that things may be coming together in a new way that shift that suit the next phase. All right, I'm going to read that over. When things seem to be falling apart, be aware that things may be coming together in new ways that suit the next phase of your life even better. So things are happening, things are shifting. If you want to screenshot that, you can. So a lot of times things have to end. That's the only way, or get undone so they can get like rewrapped, a new packaging. So not something new can emerge. So I mean, something old is probably going to be left behind. So the new can finally appear and come into your life. It seems to be like the main storyline here today. So I love it. I love it. Look at that little hole. It's like stepping through the portal into something new. So a lot of times this will happen even with relationships when they fall apart, and or even friendships, things like that. It's because something new is trying to emerge, or someone new is trying to enter your life. You never would have looked otherwise if that friendship or love life didn't fall apart. Or, sometimes it's siblings and parents. I mean, there's all kinds of things that shift and change, but it's because you have to get under the thumb or under the rule, or something to that effect that makes that wonderful new thing possible to enter. And when we get full, nothing, it's like so stuffed. It's stuffed in there. Nothing else can fit. So there's a peeling away that's probably already been taking place. And it feels like the new is definitely right there. I think it's knocking at your door. To me, I feel that you're going to be getting some new ideas. And I think nature is going to uh, kind of kick them off in your mind. Something new connected to nature. I mean, you do non-nature stuff already, but feels like I'm getting the word real, like maybe things that are real that are happening. It's like you want to talk to the world. So that's just the real gut feeling things I'm hearing for you on that one. So I hope that has helped, Colleen. That's a beautiful message. Beautiful. All right. Now we're going to let Colleen, yay for Colleen. I'm getting everything set up for those who you have their birthdays. If you have your birth time, it would help. Okay. I mean, that's very much where I am at right now. Grandkids go back to school. Oh, yay. Yeah, that is really good. Dreamer, I need to let you know, John, that my birthday is August 28th, 1962. Yes, we just celebrated Dwayne's birthday. And, all right, John, whenever you're ready, I'm ready to hand it over to you.
See me.
There you are.
Hey, everybody, can you hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, yeah.
I've actually been just basically rebranding myself. Oh,
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do this.
there we go. I'm
And
going to share my screen in a second. Well, let's see. Wait, like, can I share my screen or is this on you? Let's see.
yeah, you can.
Okay.
I can pull it up as soon as I see you share it.
Yeah, I haven't shared, but I'm going to pull it up in a second. Let's just test it to see if it works. Okay, good. So right now I'm going to just say, I've been rebranding myself a lot. That's why you saw the JWL. I'm still in the process of rebranding myself.
Awesome.
So I had something prepared, but when I was fiddling around with AI and stuff, it got really wanky. And then at the last second, I decided, I'd rather wait an extra week or two for a full reveal just because it's kind of cool. But yeah, no, I mean, like you were saying, Jade, like I've been feeling kind of the same way you were talking about new transitions happening, where I feel like almost like a completely new identity being formed in a sense, like a phoenix rising
Well,
through the
you're finally out from under the thumb of others.
yeah,
Now you
yeah,
get
yeah,
to figure out
exactly.
who you are. Isn't it fun?
Oh, I know. It's just I'm a lot more creative now. I've been doing a lot
Yeah.
more music, and it's been just great. We finally gotten all settled into our. And for those of you who don't know, I recently moved to a new apartment, and with my wife, it's close by. The rent is incredibly cheap. I mean, like it would be the equivalent of getting a $400 a month apartment in Wisconsin. Like it's insane. Like the low tier apartments around my area are like $3,000 a month. I got a well maintained luxury low income apartment for like 1750. So
That's a lot of money, man. I
oh,
couldn't
I
afford
know.
that.
Well, I
That's
know. I
more
mean,
than my Social Security, man.
oh, I know. And then of course you guys, I see like apartments in Wisconsin for $1,000, and I'm like, you guys have it so good. Plus you have all the food as well too. Remember, is Jade and I've been saying this. Oh, I do have something I could go into a bit, though I don't know how accurate it is. I was fiddling around, and I remember how I had that apocalypse map I showed you a while ago, Jade. I was
Yeah.
able to recreate an accurate one of what it would look like, which I'll show you guys. But basically, Wisconsin, especially northern Wisconsin, that's going to be one of the safest areas for where we're going to be able to grow a lot more food and to be really stable. It'll be interesting to see. Apparently, there's going to be like a massive split in the middle of our continent, and it'll happen around the 2040s. So it's all going to be building and stuff like that. Okay, so listen. I could go on and tell you guys an interesting thing, but I want to do a bit of readings as well too. So I do want to talk. I had this whole thing. I want to talk the next time I come on, Jade. I'm going to give you a peek. I want to talk about the gravitational fields and how the Earth is basic. Sorry, allergies, and how the Earth is changing, and these frequencies that are emitting from the sun are causing people to act and behave in certain manners as well too. And so the closer we get towards this event, the more weird and chaotic and just strange people will act, so to speak. So yeah. Anyway, enough of that. I want to start doing stuff. So the first person who is on the list is Colleen. You're born on May 23rd. If you have the birth time, put it in the chat. That'll make things great. And you're in Milwaukee right now. So I have your chart pulled up. So I'm going to do analysis of the chart of the day right here. I feel like I should do a chart of the day, Jay. That'd be really helpful. So here's what it is right now, all right? So the sun is at 6 degrees in Virgo, okay? And Virgo, as you know, is the servant. It's very detail-oriented. It's very much focused on the details, can deal with stress and anxiety, but very structured kind of. It's mutable ground, which means that it's like a farmer. Like one day you'll mow the lawn, the next day you'll till the wheat, the next day you'll get the chickens and the eggs. It's kind of like it's not a fixed thing. It just you just continuously change. So there's that. Mercury's in Virgo. So again, if you're planning on talking about finances, it's great to talk about that. Mercury's slowly moving on. Mercury is this sign right here. I don't know if you can see my mouth. It looks like a guy talking. Again, it's both good and bad. That's what Mercury is. It just delivers messages. Venus is in Libra. That's a great thing. Venus is exalted in Libra, so that means that people are kind of all about balance and what's fair, which is really good. The North Node, as I've said, it's shifted now into Leo and Aquarius. Now, as I've said before, we're shifting into a radically new world. And for the last year and a half, the South Node was in Virgo, the North Node in Pisces. So people were the system was beginning to sort of show cracks, but it was maintained okay. Now with the South Node in Leo, people are going to get a lot more angry. People will be more. You're going to see more love as well too, because Leo's about just the king and royalty and things, and it's going to be a lot more action packed. Again, if you haven't been paying attention to some of the things, there's been a massive food shortage that's about to hit. It's going to hit probably in around September to October. And with inflation coming around down the corner, I think things are going to start to pop off this fall. So again, do not expect things to be business as usual from here on out. It will start to get more and more intense with nothing, no more control. If you look at this chart, you guys, there's not a lot of ground. Ground, what I mean is in cat. So this is like Taurus, the bull. This is Capricorn, and this is Virgo. There's nothing in ground anymore. So things are gonna be, well. There's some stuff, but there's not the major elements. So things are gonna get a lot more technological and fiery. So that's why if you have a business already, go at it. So with Mars and Cancer, again, people are kind of more conservative. Uranus and Gemini, that's been for a while. Things are beginning to just pop off, with the AI and things like that. Chiron and Taurus. Now, here's something, Jade, that's kind of funny. If you want to hear about this,
Sure.
so Chiron represents our wounds, so to speak. It's the wounds of the collective. It was in Aries, which was about the warrior. Okay, and so when Chiron was in Aries, you kind of had the Vietnam War and people identity. It's like the wounded warrior, the warrior who didn't really know what to do. With Chiron and Taurus, it's all about the materials. People who are trying to glamour things are going to be exposed. They're going to look like crap. In fact, if you look back the last time, when was Chiron in Taurus? I'll give you an example. It was in the 76 through 83. That's when it was, okay? If you look at the cars from
Oops,
from 1970s and early 80s, they look like absolute freaking crap. That you get the Ford Pinto. I mean, these are not the best cars. These cars look like weird. Like I'll give you one of them. On worst cars of 1970s. So that's pretty much what it means. Is that you're gonna see a lot more like strange things, like just things are gonna be looking just ugly, so to speak. I would imagine if they make new types of computers, or even a perfect example. Look what's happened with this. Hold on, electric Ferrari. So they came out with this new electric Ferrari. Okay, let me see. Look at this.
We have this thing that looks like a tank that drives around Baraboo here.
Exactly. It looks like a U.S. It looks like a computer part. It does not look like a sleek, mean Ferrari. How do we go from this to this? That's Chiron and Taurus. Again, all these celebrities, all these not influencers, but people who are like, they're gonna be looking bad. It's gonna go back into Aries a little bit in the early next year for the last chance to jump on board for who you identify with. But Chiron and Taurus, it's really a relationship with money, a relationship with resources, and things around you. So that's what I would say about that. So anyway, going back to this, I don't want to spend too much time. So then you have Saturn in Aries, Neptune in Aries. Again, things, as you can see, the powers that be seem to be a lot more actiony. There's a lot more stuff happening. It's not, just laying around. Moon is in Aries. This is at midnight. So the moon's in Aries, so, you might be feeling kind of, good today, not really kind of tired, kind of forward, so to speak. Okay, and then Pluto and Aquarius at 3, which we've known about for a long time. So here's what I would say. The main thing that I would say for a really good reading, a smart person, unless you want to do day-to-day stuff, always look at the outer planets, Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. If you look at these 3 planets in your chart, you'll know long-term what they'll be doing. This isn't Bella. Sure. Okay, so for you, I believe, Colleen, you have, so Uranus right now is at 5 degrees of Gemini. And you don't seem to have any major aspects to that. The best thing I would say is can you guys see the numbers right here, Jade? Can you see them? The numbers?
Well, I know I can't. I don't know how anybody else's screen is right now.
Let me
I can see them very small.
Okay, so this number, right? These numbers in front of these symbols are degrees. Okay, generally speaking, if a sign is within the same degree or within a 5-degree orb, meaning if it's between 8 degrees or 18 degrees, that's when things get activated in someone's chart, if that makes any sense. That's where squares, conjunctions, and all this other stuff happens. After that, it just doesn't really do anything, so to speak. So the bigger planets are great for figuring out what's going on because they stay in place the most. You're more likely to see things. But for your chart overall, I mean, you seem like it seems to me that this chart is going to propel you forward in ways which are really good long term. I think that's the best way I can describe. I don't have the time to go into in-depth analysis, but yeah, definitely I will definitely try to do the best I can with some certain things. But there's not really much that's popping out right now in terms of the outer planets. Yeah, I mean, you have. I mean, I guess you have Chiron about to be, but Capricorn isn't really squaring the nodes because of fixed signs. So it's kind of, you might have an inconjunct, which would be kind of good, but it's nothing like the biggest things you want to see. Let me show you what it means. Let me show you what I mean by that. Elements, hold on, atoms as gas, liquid, or solid. Okay. So a really quick question. I'm just explaining this to you guys. So in chemistry, you have solid, liquids, and gases. That's how it is in astrology. Signs are fixed, mutable, or cardinal. Fixed signs generally, if they come in contact, either square or conjunct, or opposed, which cause things to happen. I don't want to get it's just kind of complicated, but that's pretty much what it is. You don't have any signs that are squaring, so you have some things, but they're not really going to be accurate. So I'll let you. I'll check maybe within like a month or two, and I'll be able to give you a better thing of things that could happen and stuff like that. Okay. Anyway, let's go. For now, I don't want to wait. I'm gonna go to. Let me look up. Barbara. I'm gonna see if Barbara has anything for her as well too. Where's the chart that I had? I just had that there. Where's my chart? I just had the collective chart. Where is it? Sorry about this, you guys. Where is it? Oh, this video. Got it. Okay.
And I did, by the way, I posted the link if anybody wanted to see it on Amazon. It's hardcover and softcover, but I put it in the comments.
All yes. Right, thank you, Jade. That's awesome. Good. Okay, so looking at your chart, you can see. Oh, definitely. I definitely could stuff I could look with over here. Okay, so Chiron and Saturn. Now you have Chiron and Saturn in Scorpio, so that's very, very interesting. So it's an interesting thing about Scorpio in terms of because I have my North Node in Scorpio around the same thing, which is interesting. But when you have Saturn basically conjunct Lilith, let's actually look that up right now. I'm trying to give you a better example. Look this up. Hold on. Let me bring this up for you. Can you give? I'm gonna give so I can make sure I have this right. With crosshair, that's what it is.
Barian, because I know she has a meeting at 11 o'clock too.
Yep. Okay. I don't listen. I don't have enough time to give you a reading, Barbara. I promise you, the next time I'll do it. But I will save your chart and I'll look into it and I will give you a better thing. Would that be okay? Because I don't want to take too much of your time. Would that be all right?
I don't know if she's already trying to sign on to her other one or not. So
okay, that's.
But I mean, she'd probably look back later and look at it. But
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I had a whole thing basically mapped out, and then I did something last night with AI, and I ended up kind of kicking myself in the foot. And I thought I could do some other stuff too. Do you guys have any questions for me overall, and stuff in general, or?
I thought you were going over somebody's numerology while I was looking for the
Yeah. I can do numerology. That would actually be quick.
But wait. But I kind of missed what was going to be happening. I guess you said starting September, October, the food shortage thing.
Yeah. Yes. I'm going to show you guys a simple thing. I'll show you guys a simple thing right here. So, hold on. There's this guy that I like to follow. There's a couple people. I mean, it's not just this guy. I have tons of people. But this guy is a great guy for farmers. And, he literally shows that there is a lot of famine. They're even telling the banks that they're basically implementing a lot of famine. And that's broadcasting. As you can see, there's a lot of so El Nino right here has basically caused a lot of the temperatures to rise up, and it also caused a lot of temperatures to decline around the world. And we've been having record lows of food being outputted across the world. Unfortunately, they're not being honest with the figures right now because they're just They're not. And the best way I can describe it is if you're taking a shower and someone slowly turns off the water, but to the point that you don't actually notice it. And every time you say, "Hey, I noticed it's getting a bit colder," so we know it's you, and they keep doing it until so they can have like a controlled demolition. There's not going to be a World War III. It's more of a managed transition, so to speak. They're basically slowly changing our society into, again, they're going to be adding more and more.
Hey, Mom, I love you. Talk to you later. Mom is checking out. But all right,
Okay,
go ahead.
basically they're slowly implementing more regime and like AI and measures like that over time instead of doing it all at once. Because if they were to be honest right now, it would cause a massive panic. We're not going to be out of food entirely. It's not like next year there's going to be nothing, but there are going to be significantly higher prices. And with the stock market and everything, it's a perfect storm. Again, as I've said with the year of the goat, I've mentioned this. It's going to be the market's basically going to begin to crash or things are going to get very difficult. There's a thing called a K-shaped economy. This is something that you guys should be aware of, as you can see. I'll show it to you. An image. So a K-shaped economy is basically where those who have assets and like again, if those who have gold, silver, Bitcoin, or stocks or any type of stuff will be or building AI or stuff like that will get richer, and those who don't are just going to get poorer and poorer and poorer and poorer. There is no in between. That's what a K-shaped economy is like. If you look at homes, the reason why the housing market isn't collapsing is because there's a dichotomy. There's the really wealthy people who are able to buy all these homes, and then there are people who like other people who can't afford those houses. And it's basically shifting where the wealth is getting concentrated into fewer and fewer hands. So that's pretty much something you need to be aware of. And that rolls into the whole Agenda 2030 thing. You will own nothing and be happy. That's pretty much what it means. And so regarding to the food scenario, all these farmers are going out of business and they can't afford to grow food anymore. And so eventually all the farmers are going to be basically sucked up by bigger corporations of food until they basically control the food supply, so to speak. So that's kind of something that's been going on in the background. That's why the whole thing with Trump buying Argentinian beef, he's trying to offset the cost of the rising beef prices, but like it's not a band-aid, it doesn't fix anything. So again, from here on out, especially I'd say around, because we haven't really seen the harvest for next year, probably around September to October is when you'll probably start to see food prices get more and more and more expensive for a lot of people, as if they haven't already. That about sum it up in a quick thing, you guys?
Yep. Thank you.
All right.
you
It's in the background.
It's all planned, so it disgusts me.
Yeah, but here again, Jade. Again, this is what I'm talking about. It's going to cause people to form groups. Again, once people understand how to utilize AI and aren't sucked into the big grids and things become more and more decentralized, all you have to do is not play the system. Money is made up. Money does not exist. It's a made-up concept to get people to not hunt and kill each other. And oh no, my phone. Oh no. You can hear me, Jade? Oh, my phone.
Yeah. I can hear you.
Having like a poltergeist now. But that's pretty much what I'm saying, Jade, is like, I know it seems annoying you're watching, but that's because people just haven't really done anything. But they're all going to be decentralized communities and to be a lot good for people. The day that people stop actually buying and using not using banks, so to speak, but using their own decentralized exchange of, buying things, the world will get a lot better. But people haven't really figured that out because it's not really, people don't want to do things until things get too dire. All right, so that pretty much sums it up. Unless anybody else wants something to ask. Oh, how about data sources? Okay. Now you have to understand that so how an AI data center is going to take our resources. They're building out these data centers because they want to introduce, again, they want us to rebel. They want us to fight back because they want to kind of change the economy into privatization of the military and stuff like that. And so the data centers will achieve they've already classified them as anyone who protests are terrorists on both sides. That's why I'm saying it's not a good idea to like, do anything about it. The data centers suck up water and they'll just be just building out this bigger and bigger grid. There's really nothing else you can do about it other than as I've said before, get involved with your local community, your local town council if they're competent and not corrupt. Or at the worst case scenario, if they have a data center in your town that's making a lot of noise, you should move to a better town that doesn't or a better area that's really suits your needs. Um, I don't know exactly where they're building them out. I mean, you want to be in a populated center, but not in the city. Being out in the middle of nowhere won't really help you, especially with these weather events that are going to get more and more intense. It just seems like a better idea overall for, just you got to just learn to work with it. You have to learn to use AI and you have to use technology. That Pluto and Aquarius. If you do not use technology, you're going to be washed away by the oncoming onslaught of AI and robotics.
You know what I say?
What?
I say they got that heart machine. They know how to control the weather. So why don't wait.
Sure.
Why don't they just create a massive rainstorm over the AIs, the data centers, so they can get all the rain they want?
Well, again, as I've said, Jade, it's like the show River Monsters. You've ever seen that show, you guys? Ever heard about that?
No.
River Monsters is where they basically tried putting fish into different habitats, and like they have this catfish that was in Spain, and they tried it was in warm weather. They tried to put it into Norway, like around that area, just to make the habitat better. And that catfish grew to man-eating size. I'm not joking. Like this small catfish, because it was in a cold environment, it literally within a generation grew to like 12 feet long and like 8 humans. Like that's the point. When you mess with nature, there's a lot of unintentional consequences. In fact, look what happened in Nepal. Have you seen what happened in Nepal?
With it now, they're killing everything.
Yeah, but look, there's this. Let me get to this Nepal flood. So there was a massive flood in China right now that just completely just destroyed the entire freaking economy. I gotta find a good video on this. Like, look at it just wiped everything out, and that's for a glacier. They can do a tiny little things, but I'm telling you, Mother Earth, these things they're doing, it's gonna wipe out a lot more. They won't be able to control what's coming, and it's gonna, as I've said, it's gonna build up over time. That's why by 2030 they want to have their new world order in place, so that way they can manage everything as things get more and more out of control. 2040 to 2045 is that's when the Phoenix event happens. I've said multiple times to people, that is when the massive earth change is going to happen. So, yeah. They're not powerful change. You're giving them too much credit. I mean, yes, they do have some stuff, but they really, they're not gods. Only
they're the ones who probably created that flood because, they're so mad at China.
No, that was actually normal. That was because it was a border crossing Nepal. That was just a glacier that broke off that caused a massive flood.
Oh.
Yeah, and it like a piece of the mountain fell off and it basically destroyed the entire thing. And what's scary is that the Three Gorges Dam, I wish I could show you a map of this, but this is basically right here. Like it's a massive, it wiped it away. It's huge. Anyway. But there's a Three Gorges Dam that if that broke, it would like destroy all the cities in China around the coastline. And China actually arrested 30 scientists. They basically came to China and were saying, hey, there are major deficiencies. We need to fix it now. And they basically chose to silence them and do anything. So, yeah, it's going to be really, I would not want to live in China. Let's just say that. China itself is really, really weird and chaotic. But after that, no, thank you. All right. I can't seem to get the picture up for whatever reason. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, okay, good. I thought I was sharing my screen, the video, but if you guys look it up, just look up the Nepal floods. It's crazy. So yeah. All right. So that was really interesting. It was nice.
Thank you so much, Don. So let us know when you're coming on next, and you can do whatever it is that you want to share with us. And if you want to finish up anybody's numerology, that'd be great.
Sure, 110%, absolutely. Again, I had something, and then I gotta make sure I make it better. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Well, it's great seeing you. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. It was great talking with you, Jade, and I wish you guys all nothing but the best. All right.
You too, and keep on having fun.
You too, you guys.
All
Have a good one.
right.
Peace out.
You too. All right, everybody. So we will see you next week. Will be September 6th. We're just like, a day away from the first now. Day or two away. So September 6th will be our next one. Try to see if there's anything going on. They have a the Baraboo Rendezvous. I think it's like the Coonskinners kind of thing. They have a little place that you can go. It's how it was in the olden days when they had their little stores where people had furs and stuff to sell, and they cooked out, over wood, and so that they have a whole like reenactment thing that goes on here in Baraboo. And they got things that they sell kind of cheap and that they would have sold in those days. Some people had some candies and stuff, but it's really cool. Anyway, that's September 4th, 5th, and 6th. And what else is Baraboo got going on? Oh, September 18th, 19th, and 20th is Wajawa. And then very next weekend, September 25th, 26th, and 27th is Cran Fest. That's in Warrens, Wisconsin. And Baraboo Bluff Wine Walk, I guess. That is the 26th of September. Interesting. All right. So that's kind of what's going on around here. I'm not doing fairs until October. There's only, I think, one in October and 2 in November. So we will be seeing you again sometime soon. If you want an appointment in the meantime, please just contact me and let me know. Don't forget, readings do cost money. So I had somebody text me the other day about a question, but if it's not like during the show and you didn't win the free reading, then by donation while you're on the show. But it's also, I got to afford to live somehow, right? So if you need anything or want to shop in the store, please visit thevioletsage.com or come and give me a call to let me know you'd like to make an appointment to come shopping or get a service. We do foot detox baths and selenite wand healings, chakra healing tuning forks, readings, all sorts of things. So give us a call if you're in the area and you want to have something done and learn some more. All right, we'll talk to you later. Have a beautiful week, everyone, and enjoy the shift and change of your life. Don't forget to try to hold positive thoughts, hold the light and anchor it in the best you can. And don't forget, I do not consent to anyone taking control over my life, my body, and my mind. Those are important words. I am a sovereign being, a being of my own mind, body, and spirit, and I intend to keep it that way. Whatever it is that you can say to help anchor in the light and anchor in your own energy and block out the unwanted. Just be creative with your prayers and statements. They really do matter. All right. Namaste, everyone. Love and light. Thank you, Colleen.